Hello everybody, welcome to Common Sense Thoughts, spitting straight logic to expand your knowledge. You know, I was reading through the Bible recently, and I came across a passage that was rather intriguing to me. It goes a little something like this. And fight in the cause of God, and know that God is all-hearing and all-knowing. And gee, I can understand why the Crusades did what they did now. It says there clear as day to fight in the name of God. Oh, hold on a minute. This isn't a passage from the Bible. This is a passage from the Quran. And this isn't God we're talking about. This is Allah. That's right, you guessed it, folks. We're going to be talking about radical Islam today. Actually, scrap that. We're not going to talk about radical Islam today. We're going to talk about religious extremists. Nah, I'm just messing with you. We're going to talk about radical Islam because that's what it is. See, unlike the president, I'm not afraid to call it what it is. See, the problem with calling it religious extremism is you fail to define which religion it is. Now, that's not really a major problem because we all know which religion it is. We all know it's Islam. We know it's not Christian terrorism. I mean, in the entire history that this country's been around, approximately 300 years, there's only been 8 terrorist attacks attributed to Christians. Compare that with last month's number on amount of terrorist attacks attributed to Islam. The numbers are well over 2,000 deaths. So when you compare the two, there really is no comparison. I mean, Islam blows Christianity way out of the water. Christianity couldn't hope to compete with the amount and levels of violence that Islam displays. Nor would they want to, because Christianity is a religion of peace. Islam is not. It's just fundamentally they are two different things. It's comparing apples to oranges. Yeah, they're both fruits, but they're two totally different fruits. One is a religion based on peace, on principles such as love thy neighbor as thyself, do unto others as you would like to have done unto you. Meanwhile, the other religion is based on things like, and fight in the cause of Allah, and know that Allah is all-hearing and all-knowing. So, while one promotes peace, the other promotes violence. They're fundamentally different. What makes them what they are at their core is fundamentally different. Now, I want you to picture this scenario and run it through your mind. Imagine it's the first presidential debate, and Trump gets his turn to talk, Hillary gets her turn to talk. They're talking about the issues. The issues range from immigration to tax reform. And then finally they get on the topic of radical Islam. I want you to picture this. Imagine Hillary Clinton reaches into her pockets. And in one hand, she has a banana. And in the other hand, she has a pineapple. Now, I know what you're saying. How in the world could Hillary Clinton have a pineapple in her pocket? Trust me, the Clintons have some very deep pockets. But anyway, back to the analogy. Now imagine she's holding both of these fruits in her hand, and she looks up at the crowd and with the most serious expression in her face says, "These two are exactly the same." Now if she were to actually do that, people would look at her like she's crazy. Mainly because she is, but not for that reason. There's several other reasons why Hillary Clinton is crazy. But we'll get into that in another video. But if she were to make that false equivalence, people would look at her like she's crazy. But that's exactly what she does when every time someone brings up ISIS or Boko Haram or Hamas, she defaults to the Crusades, as if the Crusades were the worst thing that ever happened in the history of the world.
Yeah, ISIS is bad and all, but don't forget about those mean, nasty crusaders all those hundreds of years ago. They were bad. ISIS doesn't have anything on them.
Saying something like this only comes from a place of ignorance. It's that simple. Do these people even know why the Crusades happened? Do they even really know why? Obviously they don't, so I'll have to explain to these people why the Crusades happened. This is Common Sense Thoughts history lesson. Grab your pen and paper and get ready to take notes, children. The Crusades happened because of Muslim aggression against Christians. Wow, who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? I mean, that came out of left field. The concept of Muslims being violent is just such a new concept that I never would have guessed that. Oh wait, I would have guessed that because the Muslims have a history of being extremely violent and intolerant people. I guess you don't expect anything better from a religion founded by a pedophile warmonger. I guess when you have a religion whose sole role model is a pedophile warlord, you can't expect much better than what you're seeing now. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Until next time, this is Common Sense Thoughts signing off.